Two truths and a myth about Rockwall County's real estate market. Truth one, in August, buyers had room to breathe. Truth two, the best homes, well, they still moved. The myth, that prices collapse just because inventory rises. In this video, I'll show you what the August 2025 data actually says, why precision pricing matters more than ever, and how to time your decisions without guessing. We'll start with a look at supply, demand, pricing power, and days on market at the county level. Then we'll zoom into Rockwall, the city, Heath, Fate, and McLendon-Chisolm with specific takeaways for each. First up, Rockwall County. What the August data is really saying. If you want the too long didn't read version, here it is. Buyers have more choices than they've had in a while. The pace has cooled, and pricing power now belongs to well-priced, well-presented homes. Translation: precision beats bravado. Or another way to put it, overpricing doesn't leave you room to negotiate. It leaves you stuck. Supply, well, it's the headline. Think of August numbers like restocking day at the grocery store. More options on the shelves, fewer elbows thrown in aisle 3, and the inventory of homes for sale and months of supply charts, well, they both show that we're sitting on materially more choices than we even had in the spring. But more supply does not mean a free fall. It means the market is giving buyers time to compare, and it's forcing sellers to meet the market where it is today, not where it was 2 years ago or even 2 months ago. In practical terms, you can't price on future optimism when the shelves are full. You price on current absorption. When supply is higher, the homes that still move quickly share a theme: clean presentation, accurate pricing, and no homework for the buyer. New listings have normalized into late summer mode. We've come off the early summer bulge and settled into a steadier cadence of owners listing before school and holiday calendars crowd out moving trucks. That matters because new listings are the fresh produce that sets buyer expectations. A steady stream keeps choices up, but it won't bail out a wishful price. If you're listing now, assume your home will be judged against a constant trickle of comparable new options. So your launch needs to be better. If you're buying, that steady drip helps negotiations. There's always this thought that one more may be coming, which softens the urgency to chase. But be careful of falling into the trap of that analysis paralysis, where the idea that maybe the next one is the right one and it's right around the corner, well, there's a chance that may never come. Demand has softened from the summer's peak. Closed sales stepped down from the early summer pace when families like to lock in their school routines and discretionary moves slowly. So buyers are now more choosy. Homes with trade-offs like location friction, dated finishes, or a funky floor plan, well, those get screened out faster. And anything priced ahead of the data finds itself lonely on the market. For sellers, the move is to reduce the number of reasons a buyer can say, maybe later. For buyers, it's a chance to negotiate repairs or credits on solid homes that aren't perfect on paper but are strong in fundamentals. So what does this mean? Well, if you're selling, treat pricing like a launch window, not a suggestion. Lead with compelling presentation. Sharpen the list to market gap and plan a pre-decided adjustment path if showing stalled towards the end of week 1 or week 2. In a higher supply environment, wait and see is the most expensive strategy that's out there. If you're buying, you've got time and leverage, but not a blank check. The best homes, well, they still move. Use the extra supply to negotiate repairs, seller credits, or small price improvements. And lean on absorption data in your specific pocket to calibrate your offers. Now, if you remember at the start of this video, one of the truths I mentioned was that the best homes are still moving. Allow me to explain. Let's look at 2 buckets of closings over the last 90 days in Rockwall County. The homes that sold in 7 days or less, and the ones that took 8 or more days to sell. Same county, very different outcomes. In the last 90 days, we had 77 Rockwall County homes that sold in the first week of being listed. On average, those sold for about 98.9% of the original list price. That's roughly a 1.1% trim from list. The median, that was 100% list price to sales price, which tells me the typical fast mover actually hits full asking. And these weren't bargain bin houses either. The average sales price in that fast moving group was $564,700 with a median of $503,000. So the quick sales weren't necessarily cheap. They were priced right and presented well, which let buyers say yes quickly. Now compare that to the 504 homes that took 8 days or more to sell. The median time on market for that group was 74 days, call it 2.5 months. So you're carrying utilities, taxes, HOA expenses, and you're also fighting attention decay. To get those deals done, sellers gave back more. The average sales to original list price ratio was 97%. The median, 97.5%. Prices were lower too. The average sales price was around $499,100 with a median of $440,000. Sellers, you gotta treat pricing like it's a launch window, not a wish. Aim to be within about 1 to 2% of the comp supported value. And it's time to start thinking that maybe you need to be below the comp supported values. And remove buyer friction wherever you can. So if there are repairs that need to be done, do them. And pre-decide a small adjustment if showing stall after that first weekend or first 2 weekends. Buyers, use the clock to your advantage. For A-tier, new-to-market homes, come prepared to move and to be decisive. For listings past a month, the data supports asking for credits, repairs, or a 2 to 3% price improvement, especially if condition or days on market signal softness. So no, the quick sales aren't giveaways. In this market, precision buys you speed and speed protects your price. Now to the submarkets. First up, Rockwall, the city. Rockwall proper is giving buyers more room to compare. Let's look at the month's supply along with the inventory of homes for sale and new listings. So late summer stock has stayed abundant, which shifts the burden back to sellers in respect to pricing accuracy and presentation. In plain English, if you launch close to the comp supported number and dare I say slightly below it and remove the buyer friction, you move. If you price on optimism, well, the market makes you wait and then it asks for a discount. Next, speed. Median days on market is looking better than it did at the beginning of the year, but we're starting to see the post-summer slowdown. And when that happens, well, buyers take an extra beat. They shop the alternatives, and only the ready on day one listings keep fast momentum. Pair that with pending sales and closed sales, and you see a market that's selective, not frozen. Now onto Heath. Heath is a smaller, higher priced submarket, so every new listing moves the needle. The story in August? Buyers had solid choice for late summer, thanks to a healthy pool of active listings and a steady trickle of new listings. In micro markets like Heath, it means buyers can compare and sellers have to launch tight to the comps rather than price aspirationally. The pace in Heath is selective. Median days on market has that gentle creep you expect this time of year, while pendings and closed show a choosier buyer pool, not a frozen one. Turnkey, well-located, and well-equipped homes, well, those still find early offers. Homes with condition friction or wishful pricing, well, those take the scenic route. Heath usually carries a premium, and you can see that expressed in the median sales price and price per square foot. But the premium, it's not automatic. It's awarded to the properties that are updated, well-presented, and appropriately priced for the competitive set they're in. Now for Fate. Fate's late summer shelf is stocked. Active listings are holding steady at levels and new listings are still coming, but slower than in recent months and slower than this same time last year. This gives buyers room to compare and nudges sellers toward tighter pricing. While closed sales are underperforming compared to last year, we did see an increase in pending sales month over month, and this will likely show stronger sales for September compared to last year and compared to the data for last month. The months of supply in Fate is the lowest of the area submarkets, with only 4.3 months of supply based on the demand. Now, what's driving this could be the better pricing in Fate when it's compared to Rockwall, the city, along with the boom of retail development in Fate. Now let's talk about McLennan-Chisolm. This is a thin submarket with a very small data set. One oversized sale or one builder closeout can swing a monthly chart way more than you'd expect. So we treat the median as our compass and watch the trend, not any single sale. The supply, it's a little lumpy. Active listings and new listings ebb and flow here because a handful of properties can reset the totals. That lumpy supply means sellers can't assume automatic scarcity. You still need to earn attention with price and presentation. Now, days on market in McLendon-Chisolm, well, it doesn't move in a neat line. A couple of right-sized turnkey houses can sell quickly, and then the rest sit until the next cluster of buyers show up. August, well, it kind of looked like that. A few fast wins alongside listings that needed some more time. Pendings and closings confirm the stop and go tempo, showing that buyers are selective but not entirely stalled. For sellers, lead with proof. In a small data set, buyers want reasons to say yes to the address. Think about providing a feature sheet that translates acreage and outdoor upgrades into dollars, and a pricing story anchored to true comparable homes to show your value. Don't chase an outlier sale. Use the median as your North Star and let the features argue for any premium you're asking. If showings are thin after 2 weekends, make one measured move or offer targeted credits like a rate buy down rather than tiny serial price cuts. What do you do now? If you're buying or selling in this market, here are your playbooks. Sellers, win with the launch so you can protect your price. Here's how you keep control in a market with more choice and a slower pace. First, price with precision. Don't leave room, leave certainty. Aim to be within 1 to 2% of what the best like-for-like comps support, and even go below them. Second, prep like a product launch. Knock out the obvious fixes, set the stage to remove buyer friction, and go live with a 3D tour, a floor plan, and clean, beautifully presented media. Third, make week 1 as big as the Super Bowl. List midweek, stack showings through that first weekend. By day 7, check your guardrails. If showings are thin or engagement is soft, use the plan you made in advance, either a measured price refinement or a targeted incentive like closing cost help or a rate buy down. Finally, if you pass 30 days on the market, which hey, it happens, don't just hope your way out though. Fix the objections buyers keep bringing up and make one decisive move so you're re-entering the conversation as fresh inventory, not stale stock. Buyers, use this time as a tool, not a crutch. What that means is be opportunistic without overthinking it. If a house is new to the market, turnkey and priced correctly, move decisively and use clean terms to win the offer. If a listing is past a month or shows condition friction, structure the value. Ask for repairs, credits, or a 2 to 3% improvement rather than chasing a giant price cut. In this video, I went over a bunch of stats, but maybe you want to see the data for yourself. All the charts and stats I mentioned are posted at livinginrockwall.com/stats. And if you want a private dashboard that tracks your home's value and equity, think of it like a patient portal for your house, go to livinginrockwall.com and hit the Home Hub login button at the top to set up your hub. And if we have not met yet, I'm Jennifer Templeton. I'm a realtor and broker associate with the Crest Edge Group at Keller Williams Rockwall. If you are looking to buy or sell a home in Rockwall, I'd love to be your guide. You can reach me by phone or text at 214-803-4444 or by email at jennifer@thecrestedgegroup.com. And be sure to send this video to someone you know looking to buy or sell in Rockwall County. Well, that's all for now. I'll see you in the next video.